Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Yes, we're going to talk about that one subject that just will not leave us alone. Marriages. And why is it that so many women are having a problem staying in their marriage? It's a problem. Why is it that women have such a hard time staying committed in today's modern society? And you have to ask yourself, was it better when women were so-called forced to stay with their husbands simply because they couldn't economically leave the man? But now women can leave, they have that liberty. Why is it that they leave more often? And so I want to touch on a few of these subjects today simply because I got a message from a lady last night, and she's up there in age, and I'm going to read you that message now. We're going to get straight into it, guys. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you're just arriving so that you don't forget by the end. Yeah, I always ask right up front. You don't even have to subscribe if you don't want to. Just give me that thumbs up because that algorithm treats you very well when you like the video. Okay, but this is the message I got from a lady last night. Just imagine this coming from a 66-year-old woman. I'm 66. Was in a committed relationship of 7 years with a man of 67 years. I've been unattracted to him the whole time, but I stayed in the relationship because he's a good, great, kind, loving, generous black man. I recently ended it so he can find his life partner. Question: should older couples stay together for convenience and companionship? Of course, he can find someone because women are plenty. But I may end up alone because I may not find that attraction that I think I'm looking for. To be clear, I'm not talking about looks. I'm referring to chemistry. By the way, I love and appreciate your channel. She goes on to say, I may have said that wrong above. I am not attracted to him. He definitely thinks I'm the prize. He loves everything about me. It's me that cannot connect with him. Why did it take me so long to break up with him? I had so many life events keeping me busy. Hospice mom, daughter in college, career, and he stood in the gap so well and so quiet. I guess, sadly, I took advantage of the situation. Now the relationship drains me because I can't pretend anymore, and he needs and deserves more genuine affection. Now, she did send me a voice message after.
A very important piece of the puzzle that I left out is I don't enjoy sex with him. No kind of way that we can do it. So that causes me to not be able to respond properly. Like, men need affection, touching of the face, holding hands, kissing forehead. That's might seem small, but affectionate things. Of course, he loves sex. He enjoys sex. Partly because I'm faking it, So it's absolutely great to him. Outside of that, we enjoy each other's company. We like to do the same things. We go places together, jazz events. We travel together. We like old school music, not just old school. We like a lot of different music, but we enjoy each other's company outside of that. But that's a very important piece because we both need it, and it's just not, we're not compatible right there. So when I say I'm not attracted to him, that was my nice way of saying it, I guess. I would love to talk to you further because I'm starting to feel very unlovable by not being able to be with someone who cares for me so much.
But listen, we've done videos like this in the past where we've seen 40, 50, 60-year-old women who've been in long-term relations for 25 years, 30 years, decide that they're going to leave and get back out there. And it still drives me quite insane trying to understand people like this, because her first question, do you think we should stay together simply for companionship? And my immediate response is yes, because as we get older and older, companionship becomes more important than sex for both individuals. Because at some point, very soon, you're going to hit 70. And there's no juice in that panani anymore, my friend. There's just no... And I'm just being straight up. If you think that you're going to be getting all wet and hot and horny with your wrinkles and thinking that some young dude is going to come in with some magic thing and make you all wet, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, my dear. No one is looking for some 70-year-old granny to plow with some hot and heavy stuff. And the men that you are going to attract at that point, it's going to be 80-year-old men. That's like trying to put a wet spaghetti into a hole in the desert, dry. And that is the thing. Women only live for today. They cannot see the long term. They can't see the future. Even at 66, she can't see the future. That's why she's reaching out to me now to ask me, how does she deal with this situation? When it should be obvious for an older woman who should be wiser, hey, if you have a man that's a good companion, stick to that man. The sex? Okay, if the sex isn't good, what the hell are you going to do? Where are you going to get better sex at 66 years old? You think you're going to get some, 30-year-old guy to pound with some hard-on dick? You think you're going to get some young buck to just plow into you? Your hips can handle that there? No, your hips can't handle that shit. And I'm not trying to be nasty. I'm trying to show you the reality of life. Because you say that you are great companionship with this man. She goes on to say that we love going traveling. They love doing all the old school stuff together. The companionship is great, but she just can't get into him sexually. And it blows my mind how much importance a lot of you women put on staying sexually engaged in your later years. Because I am trying to determine in my head what is the alternative at your age. You already have a good companionship with a man, but the sex isn't good. What do you think is out there for you that's going to be better sexually for an almost 70-year-old woman? Please tell me that. Who do you think you're going to attract at your age that's going to sexually get you wet again? Excited, thrilled. You want to go back out on the streets? I can't. Women get these notions of grandeur, even 66, 70 years old. This is how deep the fantasies are implanted in their brain. That blows my mind. It seriously does, man. Okay, let's listen to another woman now who feels lonely in her marriage. What does this mean? What the hell does I feel lonely in my marriage means? Let's break it down. You married a man. The day of the wedding, it's all exciting. All of your friends came and everything is hunky-dory. And for the past 4, 5, 10 years, whatever, what have you done to keep yourself engaged in the marriage? What is it that the husband have done where he's pulled apart so far that you're now lonely? What would have possibly gone wrong where he's fine, but you're not? But let's listen.
Let's talk about feeling lonely in your marriage. I think that this is something that has been swept under the rug for a very long time, and most women don't feel comfortable talking about it. I got divorced 3 years ago. Before that, I did feel extremely lonely in my marriage, and I didn't talk to anyone about it. I felt ashamed and like it was my fault and that I had failed, and it was all internally something I was dealing with. I felt like I was supposed to support my partner and never say anything bad about him. So if I talked to my friends about how I was feeling, it was not being a supportive wife. It's all these things that aren't true. As women, we deserve to be supported and loved and taken care of, no matter what stage you're in, no matter how old your kids are. So just know that you deserve that. You deserve to be treated well and loved and supported. And
you don't deserve shit. You deserve to stay in your commitment to the man that you married, and to your kids, and to your household, and to the structure that you promised to create with another man. To hell with your feelings of feeling lonely. Buy a friggin' cat. Because the man is out there more than likely killing himself trying to please your ass. This is what blows my mind. Go to a freaking Pilates class, join a damn yoga class or something. Get in touch with your inner self about lonely. What do you want? You want a freaking man to just dance around like some circus clown or monkey just to entertain your ass? This annoys the crap out of me. If my wife ever came to me with this shit, I would instantly just say, hey, babes, if you're lonely, find a dog. You want to get a dog, a cat? Go read a book. Go read a damn book. I'm trying to freaking create something for us. I'm building something for us. Okay, we haven't been out in a while. All right, let's go out. Where you want to go? Let's do it. You want to talk? Let's talk. But after that, then what? What do you expect from me at that point? That's what you want? You happy now? Men are not freaking dancing clowns and juggling bears that gonna basically keep you entertained. That's not what husbands are for. We're building a life together. Oh, we deserve to be taken care of and be time to be happy and be time to be happy. Freaking insane, the kind of pressure that women put on relationships. Not on the men, on the relationship itself. Get off of freaking TikTok. That's what you need to do.
That being lonely in your marriage is not okay. Work on it if you want to work on it. Leave if you want to leave. But know that you need to talk to people and that you will get through this one way or another.
Yeah, you will get through it one way or another. But leaving your relationship to do what? Like I said, what are your options? Now your dumbass is back out on the street. Now you're single, mom. Now you're single, mom. Now you're single, mom. That's what you want. For some guy to just run through you a few times every week. Come home to a lonely, cold bed. If you think that you're lonely in your marriage, wait till you get out and you're lonely on your own. Pick your pain, woman. I swear the modern woman have it so damn good that they will complain that there's dust in the house. Oh, there's an ants. Oh, look, there's an ants running across the wall. You got it too good. That's the problem. Wow. Let's listen to another lady.
This is how I knew that my relationship with my husband was over. First, I feel like women, we break up mentally with a person. Before, the court papers are filed, we mentally break up with the person. And so I mentally broke up with my husband. I went to God. I told him, you know what? I do not want to be in this relationship anymore. It just takes me back to the song of R. Kelly. When a woman's fed up, it ain't nothing you can do about it, because my mind was already made up and I was at the point where I was ready to go. The day I knew I was fed up with my husband was a day I was with someone else intimately.
So the day that she knows she was finished was when she got some fresh D. You know what that took? A decision. That's the point. You made all the decisions to get to this point. What I realize in my marriage is that whenever I am upset, I can make two decisions. One that is not good for the marriage and the other that is good for it. And I explained this to my wife a long time ago. I said you could either go left or you can go right. Left will make it worse. Right will make it better. Make a choice. And so we always try to go right. Sometimes we just gotta stay still. Don't make a freaking decision. So that's me going and sleeping on the couch. Okay? That's me just not saying anything or not talking or just detach for a bit. But when I realize, okay, it's 3-4 days now, I have to make a choice to go left or right, I always say, all right, I'll go right. And she'll do the same thing. Marriage is a decision. Staying together is a decision. Cheating is a decision. And every single time you make a step in the wrong direction, you get further and further away from your marriage. The more steps you make left, the further apart you get from your marriage. And this is what you all have to realize. And I can tell you, the more you get accustomed to going left, the easier it feels. You're going to have that justification in your head. It's been now ingrained in there. But you know what the problem is? The more you go left away from a relationship, the same shit is going to occur in every relationship you have after that. Never train yourself to go left. Imagine marriage is like a business. Every day, you don't want to go to that business and work it. No, but most days you love it because it's your business, right? You work on it. But you know, well, at least the man, he knows that closing that business down is going to cost him money. So he makes sure that he walks as many rights as he can. He takes as many steps right to make it better. Problem is, women don't have those consequences financially. Emotionally, yes. In the long run, yes. Especially if she has kids. She's back on the street as a single mother. She's back on the street older. Men don't look kindly at women who walk away from marriages. So she don't see it immediately. And because she always confuses sexual attention versus long-term attention from a man, she thinks that she could do just as good as the man she just left. And rarely, very, very rarely, do you do better than your husband. You rarely do better than the man that you had kids for. Rarely. Because most men, they're not going to take care of Pookie's kids. No. Yeah, he's not going to come into that. What? You make that? You give him the best part of your life? That man? Yeah. I'll pass. I'll pound you up a few times and then I won't commit and I'll move on. These are the realities of life, ladies. Pick your poison. It's better to get through the hard times in a marriage than to get out on these streets. I can tell you that for an absolute fact. Let's read a few comments from her. It's amazing how the women think. Candy Dulce says, when I told my then husband I didn't want to be married anymore, he told me I couldn't leave because of our kids. I then told him I didn't love him or us anymore. He said he'd try harder. Sure, poor man. He knows what he's going to go through financially when you leave. He knows what he's going to go through emotionally. He's going to try as hard as he can. So Arya asked her, so what happened to the new guy? No, none of these women talk about the new guy. Because most of the time, it's not a committed relationship. They just become a jump off. Most of these women on TikTok who are saying, oh, I left my marriage and, I'm happier. Yeah, but they're not getting any commitment. Brandy said, I was the exact way. I don't regret anything about my choices. 100. Yeah, women will tell you this crap, but no one will come up with, and I'm now married to a nicer man, or I'm now married to a better man. I have never heard this in the comments. Never. Kaya, Ariel said, somebody tag me in the next part or point me to the entire video. Larry P said, you mean you cheat, then file for divorce? Cut the crap. Wow. Let's go into the next video.
People, when they talking about that, the So can you stay committed to your partner? Can you stay committed to the I do? I'm willing to overcome whatever we got to overcome because I want to do life with you. And I understand that life is not always going to be beautiful, that life is not always going to be sunshines, but there's going to be rain sometimes. And sometimes we're going to have to stand in that rain together and walk through the storm together. But understand, I'm not letting your hand go when it does get bumpy, when it does get stormy, that we made a commitment to each other, that we were going to do life together.
The point is that you got to stay in it and get through the hard times, even if it takes 2, 3, 4 years. Sometimes you got to just go through it, man.
She doesn't love you anymore. She's so worn out with this relationship, she's just there. And if you're a man watching this video because she shared it with you, listen to me. She doesn't know how to talk to you. She doesn't know how to express her feelings to you. She doesn't know how to get through to you. So don't be mad at her. Please don't be mad at her. She's sharing this with you because she wants to love you. She wants to be with you. She wants to live her best life with you. So go to her right now with an open heart and say these 3 words. Let's fix this.
And I wish it was that simple. It sounds good with the music in the background, but most men have already gone through that point. Let's fix this. What can we do? How can we do this? This is how I feel. I just don't feel it anymore. Dark Duna said, you can't fix someone who doesn't see a problem with their action. There lies the problem. Tiny Bean Claw says, too late to fix it. Jen says, try to. According to him, I'm the problem. I'm crazy. Everything is my fault. I want to be happy. I'm done taking care of 95% of house chores. 80%. Man, I don't know what women expect anymore. Wendy Davis says, this is how I'm feeling, but I don't know if I want to fix it. And this is the problem that we have. Most women don't want it fixed. They want new, they want exciting, they want different. This is the problem. Because they listen to so many external sources on what their relationship should be, and they're doing all of these comparisons against other people's life and other people's relationships. I had a gentleman the other day, and he's talking about his wife. All she does is compares herself to the woman across the street who lives in a 5-bedroom house, and their 4-bedroom house isn't big enough for them and the 2 kids. And because that woman left her husband and apparently very happy because she got the house, she's now feeling that that's where she should be. This comparison that women do against each other. I am comparing myself to other people's happiness instead of just focusing on yours. How do I fix mine? How do I get here? How do we build together? Women don't think like that. They're constantly living the fantasy in their own head. And that's where the problems are. So guys, let me know your thoughts. Let's have a conversation. Listen, I'm about to launch the membership site soon so that we can start to come together as a community. I want us all to start meeting in one place where we can have deep conversations off of YouTube and meeting each other. Because I have some great people who actually follow me on this site and who send me messages every day, I'm going to start putting us all together. So guys, if you're interested in that, come on, send me an email, send me a message so I can start getting more information out to you all. All right? Give me a thumbs up if you've reached this far. Of course, get me over on Instagram, send me a voice message if you'd like me to answer a question. And by all means, get me over on askanolderman.com if you want to book a session. So until next time, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. I'll see you soon. Cheers.